Before using the rope, we're going to learn a 3-beat arm whip, and I encourage you to follow along with me as we do this. Beat 1 is the setup, open. Beat 2 is a cross, and beat 3 is an uncross. We got 1, 2, 3. And as you do this, practice throwing your hands through your midline with velocity, because beat 1, beat 2, and beat 3 all require consistent velocity in order to maintain timing of that rope as it passes your body. So if we do this with the rope, we got open on 1, then turn the hands over as we cross the midline. Here's beat 2. We're going to point the thumbs down here. Super key, because if you point your thumbs up like this, you'll notice the arc becomes more narrow. And you got to jump through that. So don't forget that. Point the thumbs down. You'll have a wider arc to jump through. And then you uncross. And the uncross is just as important as the cross. We got 1, 2, 3. Try that again. We got 1, 2, 3. There it is. Now the timing of this move is the key to success. So let's start with a timing exercise where you take your index finger and you tap the like button after I dut you in. Ready? Ta, 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 ta. We're getting so good at that. Let's go. All right, I think you're ready. Let's try this with the rope. You got your setup swing. You got to let the rope pass your head and then cross the arms into a toe catch. Be sure to cross at the elbows so you have enough space here. You got to commit to the cross. Check it again. 1 and 2. I'll turn to the side. We got 1, 2. And another thing I do is lean my upper body forward a little bit. So that helps me get a wider arc. It's easier to cross at the elbows. So try it out. So from there, we got 1, 2, 3. So when you cross, that rope also has to pass your head before you uncross. So timing, you got to be aware of where the rope is at in relation to your body. So if you're jumping with one of those thin, flimsy wire ropes, it is going to be extra difficult to feel where the rope is at in relation to your body. The solution is to jump with a rope that's got some weight to it. That is why the Forte Athletics Tempo rope is the best rope for beginners. These beads add weight to the rope, and these ergonomic handles give you control of the rope. So get yours by visiting the link in the description and use the code YouTube10 to save some cash and start training like a champion today. Another timing element to consider is your jump. Many times when we're learning the crossover, we're so focused on what the arms are doing that we either forget to jump or we just don't time it properly. So if you keep your vision focused around waist level, about 1.5 feet in front of your body, you will see the rope. And when you're crossed, you will see an X right there in the rope. Let's see if I can get a still for you. Not that one. Right there. You got to jump over that X, and you got to look for it so that you can jump over it. There are 4 common mistakes that I've encountered in my teaching. The first one is just not committing to the crossover. Like, if you don't commit to it and you're just crossing at your wrist like that, how on earth are you going to jump through that? You've got to cross at the elbows and point the thumbs down to give yourself the best shot of success. The second most common mistake is inconsistent velocity, particularly while uncrossing the body. You know, people, we go for that crossover, we're like, and then we forget to uncross. We put a lot of heat into that cross and we just kind of back off for the uncross. Remember, both the cross and the uncross require equal velocity. So you don't want to go too hard on the cross, otherwise you're going to screw yourself. And you do want to make sure that you are bringing some fire to the uncross. The third most common mistake is just being too tense. Like, if you're squeezing your hands and you're tight in your upper body, it's going to be hard to have that fluid whipping motion that you need in order to achieve this. So remember, soft hands, firm grip. And the fourth mistake is just not focusing the vision near the timing line here. You get so caught up with the arm work, maybe we're looking down, maybe we're not looking at anything, but if you keep your eye on the rope right there, you will be able to jump over it much easier. Now, rope length is something to consider. If you're a beginner, you're just learning this move, I recommend starting with a longer rope, as that's going to be easier to jump through. Then as you become more experienced, you're going to shorten the rope so the motion feels more fluid and faster. But as you shorten it, there's less room for error. So it's going to be a gradual progression. And if your rope doesn't change length, you need a new rope. The tempo rope is adjustable to meet you where you're at on any given day. That's all I'm saying. Now let's learn a progression to practice. I do not recommend going into this trying to cross over every other beat like that, because the frequency of the cross and the uncross is going to be very overwhelming. So we're going to sprinkle that crossover into an 8-beat pattern that goes pattern 3, 1 and 1. So this is 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, cross, open, side, side, open, side, side, open, cross, open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. This will give you time to experiment with the flow of the crossover. And because your arms are moving side to side, they're becoming more familiar with that movement pattern. Give it a whirl. Now it's time to go put in some work. And if you're able to unlock this one, be sure to share your success and tag Forte Athletics so that I can admire your work and hype you up. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Ready and break.